A convoy of military trucks winds through the highways of Europe, leaving behind a trail of speculation and concern. Photographs from France's A63 motorway and videos from Germany's Magdeburg region capture an unmistakable reality. NATO is transferring military equipment to Poland on a massive scale. Sergei Lebedev, coordinator of the pro-Russian Nikolaev resistance, described the movements as noticeable even on European highways, raising alarms in both Minsk and Moscow. Speaking to Russia's RIA Novosti, Lebedev detailed alarming developments. Videos from Poland's Świnoujście port show a concentration of military ships, while Polish roads teem with military trucks. An agent described the scene as mostly ancient vehicles moving like flies in a village toilet. The agent suggested that Poland is being armed with greater urgency than Ukraine was before the launch of Russia's special military operation. This military buildup coincides with reports from the national interest indicating Poland's readiness to host B-61 nuclear bombs, enhancing its F-35 fleet for nuclear deployment. The deployment of such weapons, a response to Russia's placement of tactical nuclear arms in Belarus, raises fears of a nuclear escalation in Europe. The B-61 bomb, known for its dial-a-yield capability, is one of NATO's most devastating assets, with a destructive power of up to 360 kilotons. Belarusian President Alexander Lukashenko, closely aligned with Russian President Vladimir Putin, issued stark warnings in response. Speaking in Borisov, he affirmed Belarus's control over Oreshnik hypersonic missile targets and its readiness to push the button together with Moscow.
Now we are choosing sites to deploy these weapons. We used to store strategic nuclear missiles in the past. Why did they react in such a way? They labeled me a dictator and more. It is not because I am a dictator, but because I did what they did not like. But it came in handy, as you see. We have about 30 such sites. We will choose the ones closest to the targets. We will deploy them and select targets.
Lukashenko stressed that any breach of Belarus's borders would trigger an immediate response, irrespective of the weapon used.
I have warned all my enemies, friends, and rivals. If you step on the country's borderline, the response will be immediate. I will not look at whether it is a nuclear weapon or something else. We agreed on this with the Russians even before they returned our nuclear weapons. This is not the same weapon that we gave them. Those were strategic weapons. These are tactical nuclear weapons, which are probably 5 times more powerful than the Oreshnik. But nuclear weapons are very serious. And this is a conventional weapon, which does not infect objects, territories, and so on, but its power is enormous.
Russia's recent use of the Oreshnik missile, reportedly in retaliation for NATO-supported Ukrainian strikes on Russian territory, highlights the missile's significance. With capabilities unmatched by the West, including nuclear readiness, it has become central to Moscow's deterrence strategy. The movement of military hardware across Europe, coupled with NATO's potential nuclear deployments, has heightened tensions to levels reminiscent of Cold War brinkmanship. Poland, once a buffer state, now plays a pivotal role in NATO's strategic plans. Meanwhile, Belarus, fortified by Russian tactical nuclear weapons, emerges as a frontline state and a nuclear-armed deterrent. As Lukashenko's rhetoric sharpens and NATO's preparations escalate, the specter of confrontation looms larger. For now, Europe's highways bear silent witness to a buildup that could reshape the region's balance of power.